Hello, YouTube, and welcome to Kelly's Plant-Based Guide to Eating Out. Today, we're going to be reviewing an Italian restaurant. So we're going to be reviewing the Olive Garden. Now, I used to love the Olive Garden. I remember going to the Olive Garden and loving eating the Alfredo and just all the cheese and the heavy pasta. And it's probably been about 11 years, maybe more, that I've been to an Olive Garden. I remember when I decided to change my diet and I was tracking my food, I learned that I really couldn't eat anything on that menu because of the calories. There were so many calories in this food. And the only thing I could eat was the pasta and breadsticks. So I haven't looked at the menu for a while. I wonder if they've added any vegan things or any healthier things at all. So let's take a look at the Olive Garden menu and see what they have for us for plant-based eaters. And again, going back to my criteria for what we're looking for on the menu and what I'm kind of picking and why I'm picking it, we're looking for whole food. So we're not looking for any fake vegan food. We're looking for whole, nutrient-dense, real food. And then we're looking for no animal products. We're not going to eat any dairy. We're not going to eat any eggs. We're not going to eat any chicken, any beef, any of that. We're not going to eat any animals. We're going to be eating gluten-free. So we're not going to be eating any gluten at all. We're going to be eating low to no oil. Preferably, if we can, we'll keep it oil-free, but it's very hard to be oil-free when you eat out. They put oil in everything. So we got to keep it low to no oil. And then we're going to keep this lower fat as well. We don't want to be eating something that's like 100 grams of fat. We don't want to be eating a fat bomb when we're eating out because we're eating high raw, meaning we're probably eating a lot of fruit and we don't really want to, eat a ton of fat with a ton of fruit because that is how you gain weight. So let's get into the Olive Garden and see what they have for us as a healthy plant-based eater. All right, here is the menu to the Olive Garden. Oh boy. Let's take a look at the menu. Okay, this might be pretty easy. Let's find out. So all of this is going to be pasta. We're going to say no, 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 no. I'm wondering if V means vegan or vegetarian. It's probably vegetarian because you see this pasta right here, and that looks like there's definitely cream on that. So the V is probably vegetarian. Again, we're not eating vegetarian. We're eating vegan for kind of the principles of this. Let's see. There's a grilled chicken marinara. There's cheese. And create your own pasta. All right. The famous house salad. Here we go. This might be what we're eating. Let's take a look and see what kind of information it has about the house salad. It says our famous house salad served with our signature Italian dressing. Oh, that Italian dressing is pretty good. I remember that being delicious. It is going to have oil in it. I don't know if it'll have gluten in it. We might need to take a look at a gluten-free menu to make sure. I would hope it wouldn't have gluten in it, but you never know. Honestly, you really never know. And it includes 2 breadsticks. So salad probably might be the only thing we can eat. Let's find out if there's any other things on this menu. Let's just take a look at the breadsticks. I'm curious. It says V, so I'm assuming that it's vegetarian. It doesn't say if it has any gluten, and that's what I'm looking for. There's quite a bit of calories, 140 calories per breadstick. Man, I used to eat a lot of those breadsticks. Those can add up. So I was looking to see if they had gluten in them. I'm assuming they most likely probably do, and they probably have butter on them as well, but I can't confirm that, so we'll figure that out. Pasta. Spaghetti with marinara sauce. We'll have to go back and look to see. That might be something. If they have a gluten-free pasta, create your own pasta. Let's see if there's a gluten-free pasta. Let's just check. Maybe with gluten-containing ingredients. Gluten-free rigatoni. And then I'm assuming the marinara, but this might have, because it's got a V, but these also have a V. So this could be vegetarian. I would have to really look at it, but you could add broccoli, and that's about it. So you will be getting spaghetti with marinara and broccoli, which probably wouldn't be the worst for this gluten-free rigatoni. So let's just make sure it doesn't have egg. That's the other thing, is it could have egg if it's gluten-free, and we don't eat egg. We don't want to eat any animal products. So we want to make sure that it doesn't have that either. Let's see if there's any soups. I don't remember there being. Let's see, here's a vegan, fresh vegetables, beans, and pasta in a light vegetable broth, a vegan classic. So here's a vegan minestrone soup. If you're eating vegan, it is going to have a pasta in it, which probably, I don't know if it's gluten-free. I don't think it's going to be gluten-free. You could probably ask for the gluten-free pasta but it's probably a pre-made soup. I think most of these are pre-made soups. But here, there's a vegan soup if you were curious about that. I personally wouldn't get that vegan soup because of the pasta in it. Let's see. Let's look at the sides. Okay, these desserts are not going to be anything that we can actually eat. So just the side of broccoli looks like this is the only thing we can really eat. I don't think. Let's look at this marinara sauce and see if it's got any. What does that mean? Gluten-sensitive items made without gluten-containing ingredients. So that means it doesn't have gluten. Okay, perfect. So this marinara sauce actually is good. It doesn't have gluten, it looks like. It's got a lot of calories in it. Man, it shouldn't have that many calories in it for just being tomato sauce. I'm curious what's in there. A lot of sodium in it. So maybe this isn't actually ideal for us. That's a ton of sodium. We don't want to eat that much sodium. Let's keep looking. Let's go back to the sides. Okay, so none of that. Again, drinks. We don't really order anything to drink when we're going out because we're just going to waste money a little bit. We want to actually be eating or drinking before, 30 minutes before, and then 30 minutes after we actually eat our meal. We're not going to be mixing liquid with our meal because we want optimal digestion. So we're not going to order any of this food or the drinks. We're not going to order any of this alcohol. We don't really want to cloud our heads with the alcohol. Gluten sensitive. So here's a whole gluten sensitive menu. The salad without the croutons. So when you do get the salad, it looks like we have to remove the croutons. That was not vegan. Fat milk grapes. There's grapes. I want some grapes. Grapes would be delicious. I don't see grapes in there. These are all for kids. These don't really look like anything. Catering. Let's look at a nutrition information. Not really seeing anything in here. You could get a giant, look at this, $18 for a giant thing of broccoli. You could eat that entire thing. I wonder how much protein is in that. Probably quite a bit. You get 610 calories of broccoli. That's funny. You could do that with your salad and your endless salad, right? And you would have quite a bit of food. You would never stop on your food. Okay, nutrition, here we go. So the good thing about a lot of these websites is you can actually dig into the nutrition. So let's dig into that and see what that looks like. They've got a nutritional menu. Let's look at the vegan and vegetarian menu because breadsticks with garlic, it's vegan. It does not have egg and does not have dairy. So we could probably do the breadstick. The minestrone does not have egg, does not have dairy. So I'm guessing that the pasta doesn't have egg because it would have that. Here we go. Gluten-free rigatoni does have egg. So that doesn't work. So this minestrone soup will be gluten, but vegan. So yeah, it's very confusing. You really have to dig into these menus a little bit, especially this. So this is not something, we cannot eat the minestrone soup that's going to have gluten on it. The gluten-free rigatoni is not something we can eat because it's going to have egg on it, which is so unfortunate because a lot of people or places will give you something that's gluten-free, but they'll have milk or they'll have egg, and it's like, this isn't vegan, so it really doesn't work. But it looks like the spaghetti doesn't have egg and it doesn't have dairy. So you could do the spaghetti sauce with the marinara sauce or just the plain tomato sauce, which is probably better because that marinara had a ton of salt in it. So I would do like the spaghetti sauce with the tomato sauce and some broccoli. That actually could work for you. I'm curious what they use as a pasta. I would actually know because might be gluten. Never mind. Okay, no, you can't. You can't do any of this because it's probably gluten. Let's make sure the spaghetti, yeah, it's gonna be gluten. So again, no, the two things we can probably eat at Olive Garden are the broccoli and the salad without the croutons. Okay, let's go back to here. Let's go to this nutritional guide and see if this has got the sodium. I'm curious what the sodium level on that tomato sauce. Oh, there's some grapes. We can eat some grapes, which, fruit is always something delicious you can eat on the menu is get a bunch of fruit. That's so good. We don't want any of that fruit juice. It's probably loaded with sugar. So the sodium on the tomato sauce is a lot less. It's only 420. So yeah, I don't think we could do any of this stuff at all. Let's take a look at the allergen guide. What is this? Let's see what this looks like. The allergen guide. Oh, okay, here we go. This is kind of exactly what we want. So it's got the dairy. It's got yes, crustaceans, mollusk, wheat, gluten, soy, sulfite, sesame. Oh, this is a great one. This is perfect. So breadsticks. They have wheat, they have gluten, so we cannot touch the breadsticks. They do have gluten. Interesting. Salad with signature Italian dressing, they have wheat, they have gluten, probably because of the croutons. So you do need to eliminate the croutons. The gluten-free rigatoni has egg, but all of these have gluten. So every single pasta has gluten. The marinara sauce doesn't have anything, but it does have soy. The tomato sauce would probably be your best bet if you wanted to add some tomato sauce maybe to your broccoli. That could be something you could do. Yeah, the broccoli. Broccoli is your best bet there. I'm looking at these just to looking to see a clear line, like something that doesn't have anything in it, and it's pretty rare. Here we go. Kids entrees. It's not something. Besides macaroni and cheese ain't gonna work. Pepperoni ain't gonna work. Grapes are something we can eat. We can add grapes to the salad if we wanted to do that. We can get the salad, we can add the grapes, and we can get a side of broccoli. That is something we can do. The raspberry sauce is something we can also eat. If you wanted to eat some raspberry sauce as like a dessert, you can just eat raspberry sauce. It's probably got some sugar in it though. That could be something you could do. But yeah, that is my take on the Olive Garden. I don't know if I would love going to the Olive Garden, but there are options for you. There's not very many options as you're kind of seeing and noticing at these restaurants as we're going out. There's not a ton of options if you want to be health conscious and stay gluten-free, you want to stay vegan, you want to stay healthy, you want to stay whole food based. There's not a lot of options when we eat out, it's interesting, but you can get the salad without the croutons. You can get the side of broccoli. You can get the grapes. And I believe those are the things I would personally offer or tell you that you should order. So those are my recommendations. Those are my personal recommendations. I hope this helped you guys. And I will be back with another restaurant review soon.